when Dion played, was running 4.240.
The dude from the other guy from Michael Irvin, Harper was a speed guy. Bro, they had 4.2 guys back then.
I was asking.
They had 4.2. What's up, y'all? Shout out to Sergeant Sue. He getting on my nerves trying to match my sports acumen. Nah, Sergeant Sue in the building. Let me catch you when he can. Gary Mack, what up? Sheldon, Sophia Felix, how you doing, love? So Shador watch is over. Shador got drafted out. Was it 5th round to the Browns? We were sitting here at the bar watching it, so it was dope. I'm getting ready for my Knicks today. I love how people call me about Liverpool. I get a Liverpool game when they don't show up. Amazes me. I think it was them ladies and they just stood there like TV's literally right there. Anyway, so back to what I was trying to tell you. And someone just sent me, shout out my man D, he sent me the video of how 8 days ago everyone said that Dart probably would go over Shador. 8 days ago. I wanted Shador, honestly, but I didn't know Dart might be the pick. It is what it is. And I'll post a video if you want. It talks about the truth about Dart. Anyway, we were just talking. I just said how. Oh, and I'm gonna give you my synopsis because someone posted the pic today about how Shador. I mean, Dion kind of fucked his kids because they're not him. So everything he had them do is what he did, but they're not him. Now, shout out to Paradise Life. It was in the group. I'm gonna read what I posted today. So some of you guys probably saw this pic right here. You see the fathers, LeVar Ball, Dion, Tiger Woods' dad, and the Williams dad.
Where's the Manning's dad?
Well, no, it's the black fathers, and it says at one point the media has made each one a villain. Now, pay attention to this, because I love when people bring race. You guys bring race into things when you have nothing else to talk about. And by the way, my man Vince, who's the most light-skinned motherfucker, will always bring up race. If you too light-skinned, don't bring up race. I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, I'll take a sidebar before I get into this with the Manning picture. Let me take myself off Wi-Fi. Hold on, just to be the service, because I'm about to preach. It's Sunday. They posted the Mannings, and they posted the Sanders. You know what the biggest fucking difference is, since everybody wants to talk black and white? The Mannings follow the system. It's a system. Even Chad Ochocinco, I posted on my Instagram. He said you can't go against the system. The Mannings, for all their white skin that you think they get all this white privilege, shut the fuck up and do what they're told. Now you'll go, well, Arch went and said Eli's not playing for San Diego. He 100% did, but what you don't know about behind the scenes, before the trade ever happened, Arch believes so much that his career. Remember, Archie Manning is one of the greatest quarterbacks you've never seen. He played for the Aints. It is what it is. His career was wasted. Archie, because he knew what it was like to be on a losing team his whole career and not do nothing, and to be considered one of the greatest quarterbacks that never won is crazy. Eli was willing to sit out an entire year. That's what you don't know. All because he said, I don't want my son going through what I went through. He didn't say Eli's going to be better than Peyton. Remember, Peyton came out, they didn't think Peyton was going to come out because maybe he didn't want to play for the Colts. Like Elway didn't want to play for the Colts. Elway threatened to go play baseball. So it ain't the first time it happened. Elway's dad wasn't there. Elway was going to get drafted by the Colts. Elway said, if the Colts draft me, I'm going to play baseball. Colts didn't draft him. He went to the Broncos. So it's not the first time this has happened. When a quarterback knows he has that power, he's going to use it. Now, Eli is not an outspoken dude, so his dad came and spoke on his behalf. But it was not disrespectful. It was not loud. It was, hey, we would like to go to... And he didn't even say the Giants. Go look at the other options. He didn't say the Giants. He just said not the Chargers. If you go back and do the history, the Chargers were on a downslide. They were really, really bad at that time. And he was like, I don't want my son going there and having the career I had where I got killed. Now, Phillip Rivers, to me, an all-time great quarterback, didn't win anything, but he had a great career at San Diego. The Mannings play the game. They don't go against the grain. So you want to talk, oh, white this, white that. No, they played the game. Arch only spoke for his son. Elway was flamboyant about it. No one talked about Elway. Elway said, I'll go play fucking baseball before I get drafted by the fucking Colts. Elway came right out and said it. Matter of fact, Ernie Accorsi, I'll give y'all some history in this bitch. Ernie Accorsi, who became the Giants GM, said it's the biggest mistake he ever made. He was the coach GM. He said, I just should have fucking drafted him. He said, I should have drafted him and traded the draft rights if he didn't show up. He said, I folded because Elway was the man, and I folded and didn't draft him. And I let him go to the Broncos. I should have took him, let him go play a year of baseball, then traded his rights to somebody and got a bunch of first-round picks. So when he got the notification that the Chargers wanted to trade Eli out, remember, Chargers drafted him anyway. So he went, got Rivers, and they made the trade. And he gave up a lot for Eli. He said, I'm not going to ever let that happen again. I'm going to go get my quarterback. So it was, Eli wasn't the first. Sanders wasn't the first. I think someone did it before Elway. I just can't remember who. Oh, it was someone recently who didn't want to play for the Jets. It was a quarterback not too long ago who didn't want to play for the Jets that did that. Said if the Jets draft, I'm not coming out. I forgot who that was. So it ain't new, right? The problem is you got to play the game. You can't be outlandish with it. So the difference between the Sanders and the Manning is the Sanders don't play the game. The Mannings play the game. All right, so let's do this. Before I get into this photo, Arch Manning, the young kid, the nephew of Eli and Peyton, the one in Texas. He's been a top 3 NIL since he was in high school. Him and Bronny James, neck and neck. Is Bronny James loud? Is Bronny James loud? Bronny James is LeBron's son. Bronny James was pretty much put in the league. Is Bronny James loud? He's black. Arch Manning sat on the bench for 2 years, made more money than everybody. You know why I fuck with Arch Manning? Not that he's just a Manning. You know why I fuck with Arch Manning? Do you know what the bowl game in the playoffs? He had 20-something media people around him, interviewing him. He said, guys, that's the starting quarterback over there. And pointed to Quinn Ewers. He said, I'm just the backup. I don't know what y'all want me to answer. That's a little bit of maturity right there, right? He didn't steal the spotlight. He said, I'm not the starting quarterback. I don't know why y'all asking me all these questions. The starting quarterback's right there. Would Sanders have done that? No. So you're comparing apples to oranges. Arch Manning is one of the highest paid dudes. You don't see him on social media. He didn't even want to be part of the college football game. They had to make him a deal and talk to Eli to talk him into doing the game. Now guess what? Last year everyone got $600. Someone look it up. I think every player gets $1,500. And you know why? Arch Manning. Arch Manning didn't even want to be in the video game. But then they paid him a bunch of money. He got in. Now this year everyone gets more money than they got last year. Humble. He's not out here on Instagram talking, look what I did, y'all. Y'all owe me money. He's been rich since he was in high school. It's how you play the game. It has nothing to do with black and white. And like I said, Bronny James could talk bigger than Sanders ever could. Bronny James was literally picked up and placed in the NBA, on an NBA roster. You hear Bronny James say anything? Bronny James posted his girlfriend, and people got mad at that. Other than that, Bronny James don't do nothing crazy. He don't even talk loud. So don't talk to me about black and white. Bronny's black, as far as we know. He looked black to me. They said humans can't see colors. It's a figment of our imagination. So maybe Bronny's not black. Maybe he's black. Let me get back into the picture before I get to the comments. So LeVar Ball, Deion Sanders, Tiger Woods, and is it Earl? Is it Earl? Sorry, one of them Earl. Excuse me. So let me tell y'all what I wrote. So this picture's been going around. They talk about this, that, and the third. And I told you guys, Deion's kids paid for the sins of their father. Really has nothing to do with them. LeVar Ball, 3 sons in the NBA. 3. All 3 of his sons made it to the NBA. One's top 3 picks. One's a rapper now, but 2 in the top 3 picks. So his sons did not pay for any of his clown shit. Now, I'm going to say clown shit because I always thought LeVar was a clown, but let me give him his props. He used social media to create an empire. Charlene. So all that clown shit that I discussed, that I didn't like, every time he got on the internet or got on TV, he made millions of dollars. So he used all that that y'all were laughing at and talking ish, every time you mention his name, he made money. So all the hate that he actually wanted, he wanted you to hate him. He wanted you to think he was toxic.
Took the smoke off his boys.
He was taking everything over his boys. Thank you. But he made money every time you mentioned his name. LeVar said what? He made $1 million. He literally turned social media on its head on purpose. And his son, 2 of his sons got drafted top 3 picks. So that's one. You can get that out the way.
And they were millionaires before they ever got drafted.
And they were millionaires before they got drafted. One thing LeVar did do, I did write this down. The only thing a lot of people, the NBA was mad at him about was trying to do the rival league. Which led to the, what do they call it now?
Big 3?
No, maybe he tried to do the rival league for the kids. Ignite. Now that led to Ignite in the G League. So that's all. Earl Woods, Tiger Woods' dad. The only person that didn't like Earl Woods was Tiger Woods. No one disliked Earl Woods. He was a military man. They loved him. Him and Tiger Woods didn't like each other. That they fixed that relationship. So that's miss me with that in this photo. Richard Williams. I said Earl. Richard Williams. Richard Williams was severely hated because he openly disliked certain white people. He was open about it, which is why he kept saying, my daughters are going to do this. He believed in his daughters. His daughters became 2 of the greatest tennis players of all time. And he's one of the first people, like LeVar did, he didn't make as much money though, to use social media and the media, pre-social media, to boost his daughters. Every time a mic got in front of his people, media used to seek him out because he always had something to say like LeVar Ball. And he talked about his daughters. Now, Dion. I mentioned this during the draft. I want to give my man Keith Black Mamba a shout. He shouted me out for what I said because I know my shit. Dion put Major League Baseball and NFL against each other. As one of the greatest athletes of all time, he was the most hated. I'm a huge Dion fan. I just sat here and told Sergeant Sosua how big of a Dion fan I was. So I had to deal with the ups and downs, but I love Dion. I defend him no matter what. Okay? In this situation, he was wrong because his sons are not him. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I told Sergeant Sosua. He can scream out while he's eating his fries if I'm wrong. You will never see another athlete as brash and bold as Dion. I'm going to give you an idea of what Dion is in today's world. Dion is LeBron James at a press conference after winning a game. And LeBron goes, what the fuck, you thought we was going to lose? It's me. That's Dion in this day and age. If Dion existed right now, that would be LeBron at a press conference saying, motherfucker, it's me. What, you thought we was going to lose? LeBron would never do that. But that's what I can compare it to. If LeBron was to be that way, that's how Dion was. Pre-social media. So people hated him. They still hate him to this day because everything Dion said he was going to do, he did it. Compare it to Babe Ruth calling out every fucking home run he was about to hit. That's the only white equivalent I can find. If Babe Ruth sat there and said, every time, that's what Dion did. Dion didn't fail. So no matter how many times they try to knock Dion down in baseball and football, he kept winning. He kept succeeding. We're never going to see another athlete like that. You can't even play 2 sports anymore because of Dion. So you have to understand he turned the world on his head at one point. So the hate for him is real. It's real. My only knock on the whole draft situation is he made his kids believe they were on his level, and they will never. I'm going to say it like I said it again. If you guys heard me on the live yesterday, I was talking to the homeboy. Dion right now, as a head coach, is still a bigger sports superstar than his kids will ever be. At this very moment. Mayweather is an equivalent, but Mayweather started picking his fight. So you can kind of say yes and no, right? With the brashness. But after a while, we know Mayweather started picking his fights. And there's nothing wrong with that. When you put yourself in a position, you can do what you want. I think Tyson doesn't like Mayweather because he knew at one point Mayweather just decided, this is who I'm going to fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it. Let me catch up on the comment. Rich, what's good? E, what up? Von Brown in the building. Sergeant Sue in the building and in the building. Goody, what up? Big shout to the VIP veterans in paradise. Sasquatch, what up? Black Mamba in the building. Jerry Hawk, what up? Dirty Workers, what up? Gary Mack. Well, here's the thing. They got 5 quarterbacks, but allegedly Watson may not. I tell you, Watson's got a video saying he's coming back. They're saying maybe not. And if Deion gets if he gets a real deal shot at if there's a 4-way competition at fighting for the starting quarterback spot, I'd love it. Now no one can say anything. Jackson Jeter in the building. He said Dart going to be corner 3. Yeah, Prom shouldn't have been the agent. Prom should have just been at Colorado coaching. Honestly. I kind of guarantee you. And you know, as your dad, I get it. You're not gonna leave. I'm not gonna leave my kids. Prom should have been there as a supporting dad. I'm no longer your coach. I'm not your agent. I'm your supporting dad. And I guarantee you the draft would have went different. Teams don't want to deal with Prime. I don't know if I said this. I'm not sure if I said this on live. You know what someone said? One of the dudes on ESPN. You know what they said? And they said, I don't want to sound any type of raceway or disrespectful. He said, but if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I go in another room and I start calling GMs that need a quarterback. And I tell them, bro, if you draft me, the cameras ain't coming, my dad's not coming, it's me. I want to play football. It was that what he was like. He was like, because at this point, teams don't want to fuck with your dad, so they're not fucking with you. He was like, I would go in a room and tell them my dad's not coming. It's just me. Because and he was like, it's a humbling experience, but at least you get drafted. He said because a lot of teams, from what they're hearing, it's just they don't want to bother your dad. Dave, what up? But
all I'm saying.
But he's not the same as his dad. His arrogance comes from him being confident, but he's not his dad. He knows that. Judah, what up with you? MAB, what up, MAB? How you doing, brother? Sorry I missed you and Miles, man. Tell Miles I said happy birthday. It is the business of the sport. And Frankie, you know more than most people. It is the business of the sport. Well, yeah, matter of fact, Bo Jackson did it. That's right, Bo Jackson did it. Yeah, he did it too. Fox in the building, Linda Bullies, what up? I think they did have Grambling in the video game. I'll go look when I go home. I think they did have Grambling in the video game. I think there was HBCUs in the video game. I'm almost sure of it. You have college football? I'll go home and look. If someone has it, maybe they go, Charlie, I think they did. I think they got HBCUs in it. I'm almost sure they do. Yeah, Richard Williams is an amazing story. That's why I said they put him in that picture trying to down him. No, it's nothing to do with being black and white. He believed some dudes get pushed back because of matter of fact, Archie Manning got pushed back. The first thing they said to Archie Manning was, Eli's not as good as you. I thought that was foul, but it was like, why are you standing up for Eli? He's not as good as you. So at the end of the day, he got a little pushback. He's defending his son, and we told his son, it's like, Eli ain't as good as you, Archie. What you defending him for?
Do you think if LeVar Ball was a great athlete, his boys would have went through the same thing?
Well, LeVar Ball said he'll beat Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Say he's talking.
But see, LeVar, all right, let's do it like this. LeVar Ball did everything Deion did, except LeVar's kids were really fucking good. Top 3, and you couldn't deny their talent. You know what I'm saying? You play yourself if you let them pass you in the draft. They were lottery picks. You couldn't deny their talent. So at the end of the day, when LeVar Ball said my kids are all going to be in the NBA, those kids were that good. Remember the only knock on what's the young boy Jello was he was short and then he blew up to 6'8", and then he shot too much. What did he do his last year before NBA? Yeah, he slowed down shooting 100 times a game.
That middle brother went to the Lakers. He didn't turn out too bad.
Because his height didn't match his position.
But LeVar said the baby was going to be the best one.
They said the baby was going to be the best one. Queens and Wild, what up?
Yo.
Hey, what's up, fellas? I don't know, brother. I don't know about that. I can't say the Jet set or the Haitians. Nah, Braun ain't give Cleveland a call. You could tell that Deion was visibly upset about when the Saints didn't call him. I wonder, Vaughn said, I wonder how it feels to be in that seat. There's going to be a lot of pressure to be a person at the level. It is pressure. Jordan's kids weren't good. A lot of kids, a lot of the athletes' kids ain't good. The Bosa family's good. The Matthews family's good. All the cousins and uncles. The Matthews had one of the biggest families in football. Curry. And Curry's better than his dad. Both Currys are better than their dad.
Thompson, he better. Well, I don't know.
Well, the Thompson family, yeah. Thompson, remember, one's baseball. Name some neppy babies. There are some that are better, but if your dad was a superstar, it kind of, the O'Neals, his daughters might be a monster. The boys were so-so. But you can tell the boys didn't have a love for basketball. You kind of tell watching them play. Which one?
Smith's son? What played Smith Jr.?
Is that him? Is that his son? Because Steve Smith is a junior. Okay.
They played last night.
Well, what's the name, son? Jamal Crawford, a.k.a. I call him Shots Fired. Jamal Crawford's son is a monster. Melo's son is a monster. Remember Dwayne Wade's son? He disappeared off the map. Ronnie's in the league, so you can say what you want. Ronnie's in the league.
Austin Rivers.
Austin, believe it or not, Austin Rivers is pretty good. Even though his dad traded him, I didn't know that, did he? His own dad traded him. But Austin Rivers is pretty good. He was pretty good too. There you go. Bo Jackson told Tampa Bay not to draft him. Savannah P, what up? Oh, there's no HBC. I thought it was. My fault. I thought it was. Sosua electric carts. Hopefully, someone said later, but I think it's gonna be more a weekend. I have to find out. So they don't have HBUs in 25. They might have them in 26. Okay, I thought they did. Eli did win more rings, so it is what it is. Miguel Torres, what up? Well, here's the thing. We were talking here at the bar. Matter of fact, the guys are here right now. We were talking here that eventually Sanders was going to get a mercy pick. I said it on the live. So, as a matter of fact, as soon as the live was over, Ty got his money back because he bet Shador kid drafted the next round, and Shador got drafted. That's more of a mercy pick. But honestly, you can have a four-way run. They said there's no starter right now for the Browns, so you can have a four-way run for QB1. Griffey and Bond, yeah, and they played together. Griffey's played together. He said he stole money. Justin Herbert threatened to go back to Oregon. I didn't even know that. It makes sense. Pippen's son is good, but is he great?
He had a good game, man.
Hey, Pippen's son is good. He's balling. Well, he was balling. They're out of the playoffs now, but he's all right. The Nasses, those brothers are terrible. The Greek Freak brothers, it's the Greek Freak, the Greek Weak, and the Greek Tweak. They are terrible. I just made that up, but they are terrible. Both Dwayne Wade's sons play ball. One plays with one, the other plays with two. Jackson G, you foul as fuck. You are foul. Smooth Smith said they sleep on Charlotte. Charlotte going to he went to Tampa. He signed with Tampa. I like Charlotte. To me, he's a tackle machine. Tim Howard said all these players naming their son after their own sayings. They can't even have their own name. I mean, at the end of the day, I got a bunch of Gregory's, and I ain't mad at that. Yeah, I'm talking about the real son, the one that's got a penis. I ain't talking about that. Pardon me, I forgot to charge my mic. No pun intended. No diddy. But yeah, that's my whole synopsis on that situation, man. Because at the end of the day, we making way too much of this. I do feel it has 10% to do with Deion. But then, like I said, another side is people predicted. I got the video. They predicted Dart to go above Sanders anyway. I did like Sanders. But then the rumors of being told of Sanders tanking interviews and shit like that. There's a lot of stuff behind this, man. And then my biggest thing is, I bring it up again, the Giants been studying him for 2 years. And allegedly, they caught them back for a last-minute interview, and now they don't draft him. Whatever he did, pissed the ball off. It is what it is. It's time to move on. Shador's a Brown. No, Lawrence Taylor already said no, and I respect that. LT's one of the greatest players that ever walked the planet Earth. So he don't want nobody having his number, and I get it. They asked him, they had a meeting with him. He said nope. I'm not mad. Bro, you're talking about a 10-time Pro Bowler, 8-time All-Pro, league MVP, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. At the end of the day, you can't wash my jersey, let alone wear my jersey.
Don't even wear a throwback.
You can't even wear my throwback. Like, what are you talking about? And remember, with 147 sacks, his first year they didn't count the sack, and they said he had 21.
And then he was being interviewed by Parsons. Like both of y'all shut the hell up.
At the end of the day, the Giants said he had 23. The sacks didn't count. The Giants said he had 23. The NFL said he had 21. My only problem with that, remember, the sacks didn't count to his second year. My only problem with that is someone went back and counted one of Deacon Jones' years. Said he had 33 sacks. I was like, Jesus Christ. They said Deacon Jones had 33 sacks. Because, you know, they went back and said, let's see who, since we didn't count him, let's see who had him, even though it don't count. They said Deacon Jones had 33 sacks. Fuck. So at the end of the day, I'm not mad at LT. That 56 is big. Now, you know, if he did let him wear the 56, I got to go get me a 56 jersey. Because I got LTs hanging in the wall. Let me read these comments. Jerry and Sheila Island, how y'all doing? Appreciate the check-in. DH, Great Thompson, Curry, and Kobe. Yeah, Kobe's better than his dad, yeah. Well, Carmelo's kid is still a kid. I mean, he'll get better. You know, from what I've seen, he's got the wherewithal to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Gary Payton's son had a good game last
Who?
Gary Payton's son?
Yeah, he got a championship. Yeah, he got two chips.
He only got one, 2022.
Oh, they traded him and brought him back. Yeah, that's right. You're right. They traded him and brought him back.
He got a chip. His daddy ain't got no chip.
You see, he keeps coming back to Golden State.
You blame him?
Ray Runner said way more talk. Yeah, we've talked about it way too much. As everybody talk about. He's on the NFL roster right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he keeps himself on the NFL roster too. Now that they brought up his NIL, so he made $6 million in NIL. He's only going to make $1 million in salary. That's on him. Well, Quinn Ewers is listen. If anybody got something to complain about, Quinn Ewers got something to complain about. He's going to make $800,000. Quinn Ewers made $4 million every year he played in college. He should have just stayed in college. LT would party all night with coke and alcohol and shut down your offense. Listen, remember back in the day? So back in the day, let me tell you what injuries were. If you were injured back in the day, you didn't play one quarter or one half. I don't know if it healed your injury. I have no idea what that meant back then, now that we see injuries. But back in the days, for you guys old enough, if you were injured, you had a torn shoulder or broken arm, you sat out the first half. You didn't start the game, right? Weird shit. LT sat out one half. He had like a broken elbow, a broken face. I don't know. Came in the next half, had 3 sacks, a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and like 7 tackles for loss. Like that just don't make no sense. LT was just different. P-Man, you back inside? Good to know. He said, time to barbecue a meal. You know it's time to barbecue. JRF YouTube said, I'm proud to have a Spanish player from 5 different Spanish countries in the starting lineup. Padres over there getting it done. At the end of the day, I'm happy for Shador. I really wanted him to get drafted earlier, but it's what it is, right? We knew he was going to be in the NFL, but Hey, Johnny, y'all made the point yesterday that it'd be better for him not to get drafted, right? Shador.
Shador or Shiloh?
No, Shador.
Okay, yeah.
So people were saying that this morning. that it was better for him not to get drafted.
But would they have just signed him as a free agent? If that's the
Well,
case?
here's the thing: you choose where you go when you get a 3-year deal. Draft, he gets a 4-year deal. So it would have been better if he. I didn't even notice. They said guys in the 6th and 7th round be praying they don't get drafted because they want to go and get the 3-year deal and hopefully they can show out and make a team. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, it's a risk, but you control your own fate.
path.
And we know Shador was going to get a job somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. The Charlotte went to Tampa, and I was like, well, they drafted or they picked him up.
Picked him up, yeah.
I was like, damn. Okay.
I didn't know Shiloh had 2 years of injuries. I had no idea about that. Towards ACL, I didn't know that.
Tampa's a good spot though.
So that might have been something that pushed him down.
He wasn't playing like it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Early in his career.
Yeah.
Early on.
Dion wanted him to go to a defensive coach anyway.
I
He
take
didn't
yeah.
want him to go to an offensive coach.
But that's the thing. Dion got to stop wanting things.
But that,
Dion got to go to Colorado and coach.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what happened.
Because here's the thing: first off, Dion don't do house visits. That's number one. You've already as a big time player, you already looked at me crazy. I'm already looking at you crazy that you won't come to my house. You don't come to the barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they
They made a joke about the dude from Ohio State. I'm gonna say this joke. They said, "How the hell does Ohio State get all these receivers?" Right? So the dude said, "Let me show you how Ohio State recruits all these top 5 receivers." He got on the phone. He said, "What's up, my nigga?" He's like, "Hello, what?" He goes, "Y'all having a barbecue?" Then he said, "Yo, I need to know the truth. Section 8 or suburbs?" He was like, "Section 8, coach." He said, "That's cool, because if you don't get out the mud, we can't use you at Ohio State." He said, "What you think about V12s?" He's like, "I think they're cool." He said, "But you like that Hemi?" He said, "You need to come to Ohio State." Yo, I was on the floor. He said, "If you don't get out the mud, you gotta go somewhere else." He said, "You love your mama?" He's like, "I love my mama." He said, "All right." He said, "So when's the cookout?" "Oh, we having one this week." "I'm invited." They said Ohio State knows how to go get the receivers. Yo, I was dying this
While he
morning.
all in Louisiana,
Yeah.
he all in the bayou and shit.
He be in the hood with his hat back. "What's up, y'all? I'm in the building, Ohio State."
All in Mississippi, like, what you doing?
Because they got the dude Stevens now, who's 18 years old. He's a beast. And they're like, "Yo, Ohio State stay with the best receivers."
Yeah. Make their quarterbacks look good.
Well, right now Cleveland can also use it as trade bait, so we know that.
He's going to Dallas, bro.
Yeah, Melvin Riddle, the 2 receivers went 6th round. Not bad. Vaughn said, "Come on, Flip, you was there, Dad. You may be on the." Nah, you gotta. All right, let's do it like that. My son played ball, right? So here's the thing. I was all city honorable mention. I was all Queens. I'm sorry, I was all city, all state honorable mention. All city, all Queens in football, right? I ran track as well. My son wanted to play football. I said, "Cool." Put him on the football team. I stayed out of it. As a dad who I wasn't a superstar, but I was a sports star. I stayed out of it. I didn't want him to have to try to be me, right? I purposely stayed out of his practices. I knew more than his coaches. I just want to stay out of it. I get a phone call like, "Yo, you gotta come see your son. They're about to have their scrimmage." And I said, I'll come to the first game. I'm gonna be there. I just don't want to be at the practice and stuff. They was like, "No, well, they got a scrimmage. Come watch." I'm like, "Bet." So I get to the field. Everybody's running up on me, "Man, your son this, your son that." I'm like, "Oh God, they done crowned the kid already." Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's good at anything because my son's too cool for school. He's not aggressive. He's just really cool. So I'm saying to myself, "Oh, okay, thanks guys, ha ha ha," Because like I said, me and my son will play ball, but nothing. We never did no practice stuff. I just figured let him go learn, and I'll help him go out the way. I get to the scrimmage. Now my son's playing what most people, if you guys know, wide receiver, defensive end. Quarterback, defensive end, or your quarterback and your safety. That's usually what it is. So he's playing defensive end and quarterback. He's the starting quarterback. On the defensive side, I see him chase this dude down and hit him out of bounds. I go, "My son? Little Gregory. Okay." I'm impressed. Because like I said, my son's not an aggressive kid. But on the field, he was. He gets a quarterback. He's throwing the ball. I know he got a good arm, but I didn't know it was like, they worked with him. His arm was really good. And he's running the ball. What up, Jay? And he's running the ball. He's not that fast. They called him Turtle. He wasn't fast at all, but he knew how to run the ball. So I'm impressed. I'm highly impressed. And I go, okay. After the game, I go, where'd you learn all that at? Like, okay, like, you know, because this is my first time seeing him in pads. My son wins his first game, has a great game. I'm like, okay, this kid is like, he could really ball. But I'm still staying out of it because I'm letting him be coached. I needed to be coached when I played ball. I don't know if I'd have been that good if I wasn't coached. So I needed him to be coached. Him being coached, I would come to the practice once in a while. People would ask me questions. I'd be like, nah, y'all the coaches, man. I'll talk after practice because I don't want to step on no toes. Now, see, Dion was a coach. I helped coach my high school team for a couple of years, but assistant coach, just playing, you know, just on my spare time. But this is my child. I'm not stepping in I'm not getting in the way of their coaching to be his dad on the field. You feel me? So I view things a little bit different. Now, championship game. My son's first championship game. He played in 3. First championship game. Staten Island, New York. It's about 30 degrees, rainy and wet. The rain's off and on. It's just wet and cold. They had 2 running backs that were really good. The main running back, who was the speed kid, is shivering on the sideline and quits. He goes to his mother. He goes, I'm not playing no more. It's too cold. The whole team, even me, I was like, what the fuck that kid just say? Like, I wanted to grab the kid up. He goes, I'm too cold. I quit. I'm not playing no more. The coaches are going nuts. The mother's like, my baby say he's not playing. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear that. She's holding her son down. I get it. But mama, this is the championship game. He's the star running back. He quits on the team. He's got a coat on. He sits down on the sideline. He's not playing. And it's only the second quarter. Halftime comes. Everybody's still in disarray. The team's like, what the fuck? They got the other running back, but their star running back quit. And I get it. You know, it is what it is, right? But you can't be my son quitting. We had to sign you over to somebody else or put you up for adoption. I don't know. Anyway, so during halftime, I walk over to my son, and the only thing I tell him is this: you got to win the game. It's a tough game. It's wet, and nobody can really move the ball. The kids are cold, but they're fighting. Both teams are fighting. I said, you got to win the game. That's all I said to him. I'm not giving him no coaching, but I'm the coach's coach. I said, you got to win the game. Whatever that means, you got to do it. He was like, all right, Dad, I got you. Third quarter comes. Other team scores. They score. Other team scores. They score. He throws a touchdown pass, like 20 yard touchdown pass. They switch sides on the fourth quarter. Now here's the crazy part about the fourth quarter. When they switch sides, the refs make a mistake. I'm yelling at the refs, telling them he made a mistake. You know, if you're on the 40 on this side, you have to go to the 40 on that side, right? They made a mistake and went 15 yards back. So they added an extra 15 yards to the original line of scrimmage when they switched across the 50. And I'm telling them, you've got the ball placed wrong. I'm yelling at them like, yo, that's not where the ball place supposed to be placed. You made the field longer now for them. You gave extra yards. They're like, no, you got it right. Later they realize they got it wrong. But we're in the midst of the game. You can't stop it, right? 15 extra yards are added on. My son, they called him Turtle, he was slow, gets the ball on an option, keeps it, which I was very surprised. I was like, why's he keeping it? This is my son. I said, why's he keeping the ball? Runs all the way down the sideline for a touchdown. Won the game. No more scores in the rest of the game. They moved the ball back and forth, no scores. They won the game off that touchdown. That's the farthest I went in getting in my son's way. Like I would talk to him after the game, talk to him after practices, but never step on the coach's toes because those are his coaches. Those are the ones that he has to listen to more than anything. I'm there to provide guidance and give additional assistance. I'm not there to tell him don't listen to the coach. Now, I'd be wrong for that because the coaches are the ones that he needs to follow. Even if I don't believe in what the coach is talking about, they're still the coaches. So that's where I come from. No, I would not get in the way of my kids. I'm going to make sure I push him in the right direction, and I'm gonna make sure he listens to his coach. Now my son went to 3 chips, 1, 2. Matter of fact, won the first one, lost the second one, won the third one. Then he went and played basketball. He won a chip in basketball. You know, never got in the way. So that's the type of dad I was. Like, I'm there for assistance, but I'm not there to get in your way. And my dad kind of was like, you don't step on coach's toes. You don't get in the way and try to take over. What's up, dude? You don't get in the way and try to take nothing off. So to answer your question, no, I wouldn't do that. I don't know who the DJ gonna be. Probably somebody terrible. Jimmy Horn is good. He's just got to not drop any ball. Okay. Charlotte. See, I didn't know that. I had no idea Charlotte had other injuries. Smoke Master Flocko.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Exactly. Hey, what's up?
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
You push the kids in your sports, but you let them experience. Yeah, go ahead. Give them the yeah, you give them. You push the kids in their sports, but you let them experience the joy and the pain. Exactly. Paradise. You can do flag football for Halloween. I ain't getting hurt. I ain't getting hurt at all. Black Abdullah, what up with you? Army guy travels in the building. Still waiting for my thumbnail, sir. So yeah, I agree with that comment wholeheartedly. You push your kids in their sports, but you let them experience it. You know, you never get in the way of the coaches. You never tell them don't listen to it, because then you create anarchy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, don't listen to your coach. He wasn't no good. I know what I'm talking about. No, that's the coach. You know, as a dad, you're gonna yell on the sideline, stuff like that. Yeah, but you don't listen to your coach. Never. I would never do that. You know, matter of fact, you're supposed to come over and ask my opinion. My son did that during certain parts of the game when there was a timeout, or if they had a minute, a halftime or something, he'd come ask me my opinion on something. There was a game he played, I want to say his 4th game ever. He's playing defensive end. And we're in Brooklyn, matter of fact, playing defensive end. And they're running to his side. The coach on the other side figured out, this kid can't stop us on that side. So I'm yelling at the coach. I'm yelling at like, take him out the game. You know, my son obviously cannot stop the fullback. And the fullback hits him, the running back goes down the side. They kept running the play over and over and over again. I said, take my son out the game. He's not helping the defense. Like, he can't. So then finally, and my son, you could tell in my son's eyes, he was like, he's not quitting, but he's like, fuck. Like, this motherfucker kicking my ass. And the kid was too big for him. So I'm telling the coaches, get him out the game. You don't realize he's only running to my son's side? He's doing that because my son can't stop him. So they finally listen to get him out the game. Boom. The kid they put in can deal with the fullback, makes the tackle. My son just couldn't deal with him. You know, sometimes you meet your match. My son comes later after the game. He goes, I did everything you taught me. I said, that's not the point. He was just stronger than you. He just knew what to do, and you didn't know how to counter him. That's all. Now, coaching, what I learned, would have taught him to put that forearm in that guy's chest. So he's gonna take some pain as I take some pain. But I'm not his coach. I only could tell him that after the game. During the game, the coaches were flabbergasted. They were like, Gregory, what are you doing? I'm like, he's not doing nothing. He can't do nothing. The kid's too big. You know? So, you know, I didn't get involved in that. I just told him, take him out the game. He's hurt. If he's hurting the team, he's hurting the team. Now, offense, he was fine. He threw 3 touchdowns, everything was cool. But on defense, he was hurting the team in that particular game. And the funny thing was, the Brooklyn coach saw it and just kept running to my son's side. Because he until you stop. Until you stop, right? So they listening to that. That's the only time I've ever said anything, only because I was concerned with my son's life. I was like, oh my God, they killed my son. But other than that, I've never done, and that was just my football acumen, where I knew they were going to keep running the ball. What the hell is that? What is that that he's drinking? That's just strong as fuck. That shit went straight in my nostrils, bro. Damn. This is straight. Jesus Christ.
That's why I gotta work.
Yeah, I said that shit. As soon as you poured it, the fumes came over here. He over here getting tore up. Yeah, so you're supposed to just be the parent, but don't try to be the parent and the coach. Now, Deion's the coach. I get it, but he's got to learn when to be the parent. Once Shador was done at Colorado, you're no longer the coach, you're the parent. And like I said, Deion should have just stepped back, been there as a supportive parent, and been ready to coach his players at Colorado. Earn money, what up? Jay Christ said one other group you didn't mention is Felipe Alou. Oh, Alou's, yeah, facts. I forgot all about them. Fox said, I know you coach too. I coach youth basketball, and parents can be the worst. Telling little Johnny to shoot from half court, but Johnny can't even make a free throw. Exactly. Johnny, just shoot it like Steph. You are not Steph, homie. One of the best talents a kid can possess is being coachable. And that's my thing. You have to be coachable, which is why, listen, my high school coach was probably the biggest piece of shit on planet Earth. But when I tell you that man made me a smarter player, a better player, and an overall intelligent player, I attribute everything I know about football to him. I read, I studied, but seeing things, being taught to see things the way he saw them as a coach is different. All right, you guys heard of Luke Kalichi yelling out plays during games? I used to do that. The whole team used to do that. We would have your game plan down to a T. And if you had the same formation we saw on paper and on film, we started yelling your plays out. Now, I don't know if you guys have played sports, but can you imagine knowing that this play is going to score a touchdown, and we go, it's 34 trap, y'all, they're coming right here through the B gap. And you're like, what the fuck? Can you imagine how that feels to you? You know this play works all the time. And then we yell it out and adjust right before you snap the ball? We used to do that. Because my coach would study so much and teach us to study as kids that we knew what you were doing. As soon as I saw your lineup, I knew what you were doing. And so a lot of teams would adjust to us because they knew, even though we was a small team, we were very, like, a lot of us were smart. So it was like, we knew when you did formations, but this is high school. It ain't like it is now, when you got 3,900 playbook. All right, you had about 30 plays, 40 plays max.
At each formation, you got about 4 or 5 plays.
Each formation, 4 or 5 plays. This ain't the Madden playbook, all right? So you had about 30, 40 plays max. So it wasn't that hard to see a formation. And you had to run the formation perfectly to know what you were doing. So it wasn't like you had too many formations, right? We kind of knew what you were doing. So at the end of the day, like, even though he was a terrible person, he was a great coach. And I was coachable. I remember me and him had multiple arguments. Like, we would always have to turn away from the team because he taught me so much that I became, like, super smart when it came to football. So it was like a lot of shit he would tell me. I'd be like, Coach, let's do this because I'm telling you, da-da-da. And he'd be like, do what the fuck I tell you to do. And I get it because he was the coach, but you taught me. You taught me how to read this, so I'm reading it. Yeah. So, but he knew it though. So it was kind of like we would always bump heads, but he knew if I was right, I was right. And then when I was wrong, I was wrong. He would tell me, hey, okay, you see that? Nah, it didn't work. Boom, okay, cool. But at the end of the day, it was that level of being coachable that made me a better player. You know what I'm saying? I made many mistakes. I remember one time, we had a double pass play. I told the coach, now listen, I went to the sideline. I said, Coach, double pass right now. I can beat that safety. I got him. Every time we throw a screen, he's running down. He goes, sure. Other coach said, yeah, I see it. That safety. He's jetting down at the screen. He's not even paying anything behind. So it's, our double pass looks like a screen. So I go, double pass right now, coach. This safety, he's too eager. I got him. Double pass. I trip and fall. It's wide open. It's wide open. I'm on the floor. I'm 10 yards away from the locker room. I'm on the floor. Right? So the coach goes, what the fuck? I said, run it again, coach. My bad. Run it again. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. It worked. but I was on the floor. We literally run her again. The next play, I scored a touchdown. So like it was there. I just happened to fall.
So he run downhill, so he don't know. He don't know.
He don't know what's going back there. And he didn't know I was going to be back there because I'm on the floor. So we run it again, and sure enough, the safety jets down again. I'm by myself. Boop, touchdown. So like, you know, you see certain things. But that was because of his, I ain't gonna lie, I learned a lot from him. So being coachable is a big thing, which is why I learned not to step on the coach's toes when it came to my kid. Jamel around the world sounds like he played against Susan Wagner High School. Gilbert Arenas' son is a beast. He is, hopefully he gets better too. Flip, I can't relate. I have to learn to shut up because the kids be coming to me ignoring their coach. Now you gotta let them, listen, you have to let them be coached. You have to. You will actually mess your kid up if you don't allow them to be coached. Well, my dad said, where your daddy at? He ain't here on the field with us. You gotta let them be coached. And guys, if you got kids, stop letting your kids think they Steph Curry. Stop letting your kids think they who's the best quarterback right now? Stop letting your kids think they CJ Stroud. All right. The world needs guards and tackles too. And by the way, they get paid very well. The world needs kickers. Stop thinking. Stop telling your kid you can be the next Tom Brady. You can definitely be the next kicker as well. Trust me. Kickers make money. So Shannon got all that money, but the women, that's a whole nother story. Falcons went defense, but they traded a #1 pick for that second guy. That's weird. Well, yeah, bro. Listen, you know Shador's jersey gonna sell. All right, so I like that video. So you said, pardon me, y'all. Did you see the video of the dad assaulting the referee for penalizing the son of the wrestling match? I love that video because later on, he didn't realize that the referee was a lawyer. So the referee waited, didn't do nothing, then got him arrested. First off, your son was wrong. The kid was wrong. He got penalized during the match. But you go and push the guy to the floor, that's assault. And sure enough, the motherfucker went and he was on, it was an IG Live. He was like, well, I'm a lawyer. Motherfucker got arrested. And he got arrested getting a manicure. That's kind of gay too. I'll leave that alone, man. Well, Eddie, that's what I mean. And that's my point, Eddie. Sorry, yo. Once he was done being the coach, he should have been the dad, not the agent. That's my point. He said your coach might have been great, but he couldn't coach. Yeah, okay, thank you. That's it. For you guys that don't know, that's a long-standing rivalry right there in Southside. Springfield versus August Mountain. Yeah. All right, Fox. I got you, son. And he wasn't a great coach. He was a great defensive coach. I don't think he was that good overall. He hated it. He sucked it off. But a great fan. Chapter Fox. Yeah, we couldn't beat. I never beat August Mountain in my whole 4 years in high school. It is what it is. Best Shan in the building, Hershey Park. Hey, bring some chocolate back. Now, I didn't see the video with James Harrison. I'm sure his son's a beast. He said LeBron, that's LeBron. LeBron's intelligent. Hey, Bob, you understand, sir? When I fell, the safety didn't realize I would be back there. I was on the floor. I was mad too. I just tripped. I said, I'm on the floor like, I remember we watched the video, because there's no point in getting up. The play's over. I got up, I'm on the floor like, motherfucker. How the fuck did I fall? Sure enough, I got up, and the coach looked at me, he said, what the? I said, don't worry, coach, because nope, like you said, no one knew I was going to be back there because I'm on the floor. So I said, run it again, we got it, run it again. And I scored the touchdown. Hey, I guess it was a little bit cocky, but also, there were certain things I did and certain, like I said, it was also the intelligence of knowing the game. There were certain things I did where I knew certain teams couldn't stop me. You know what I'm saying? I've been double teamed, I've been triple teamed. And then I remember the game I was triple teamed. I forgot what team that was. They had a linebacker, a safety, and a cornerback. Mind you, I got moved to tight end, so I didn't get triple teamed, and I still got triple teamed. And my man Luke, he ended up catching like 10 passes that game because they were all over me. I caught 2. They were all over me, so he's wide open. He's killing me. So at the end of the day, you know, I kind of believed in myself because, you know, a lot of people couldn't stop me. Matter of fact, the game where I told him to do it again, my JV coach was the coach in the opposite team. He moved on and became the head coach on a varsity team of another school. And I scored the touchdown. I ran a fumble recovery back for a touchdown, and I had a 70-yard kick return. I didn't score on a kick return though. That's wild work. I should have scored. And when I got the kick return, I fell on their sideline. And my ex-coach didn't know it was me. He looks down. I go, "Hey, coach," and he says, "That's you running up and down the field like that?" I said, "How you doing? Everything good, coach?" He was like, "When the fuck did you get that back?" I said, see you soon, coach. After the game, he pulled me to the side. He said, "Where the fuck was all the speed when I had you on JV?" I said, "I've always been fast, coach. You didn't use me right." He said, "My dad." Actually, Jamel, that's Dion, right? In the Hall of Fame for shit talking as well. All right, Vaughn, I got you. I will say this though, as we talk about sports. My brother, rest in peace, used to call me Al Bundy. It was a funny. They tell you, my boy called me Tom Cruise, the last action hero, and my brother called me Al Bundy, without selling shoes. 4 touchdowns in the high school game. Good times, though.
Hey, my boy said what he got to do to get one of those Paradise Life shirts.
He got to put an order in. Well, not an order. Tell the girls what size I got.
Sweat?
Tell her what color.
What color? What color? We got all colors.
Not all colors, like gold and black. What the fuck? My daughter sent me a video.
Come on, man.
That's her.
I just seen the box like what's called it, like she kicked me, like she said the gloves.
Oh, no, I think she was showing the Easter egg.
Oh,
His bottle there, yeah.
they kicked me. I'm like, how they kicked me? They getting sexy.
She showing the Easter egg. Shout out to my daughter. He said gold and black. Yeah, I got. Nah, ain't no gold and black. I don't know where that came from. My eyes hurt. I don't know where that came from. Oh man, that was funny. But you do.
Halloween come back this year, man. It used to be in Colombia, but for you.
Oh, for me, you'll be in Halloween, or for you?
I heard you gonna be in the boxing match.
You didn't hear none of that. Miss me with that.
My friend, but what I gotta miss you with that?
Because dudes are too fat to box. They gonna have a heart attack. I ain't got time for that. I heard what you heard, but it wasn't me. It was somebody else. I already know the story.
I heard you gonna be in the boxing match.
I was laughing when
Hey, guess what I said? I got my money on for it.
You better have your money on me, but ain't gonna be no. I don't do no boxing.
Hey, you remember that time we was at my crib in Santo Domingo, and the whole mama crib came up.
Hey.
Put me on blast. Girl was like, "What's mama crib?" I was like, "That don't only come with one good to eat." Yeah. You look at what you want. Yeah. You a hell, boy.
Bro, dudes be living with their parents, man. I can't respect that. Mom said I never remember to press. You gotta remember to press that like button. But yeah, come through. Halloween gonna be lit, man. Halloween gonna be lit. So as y'all see, I didn't just start telling people don't stop living with your parents. But I did hear somebody wanted a boxing match, and the opponent was 400 pounds. I'm like, y'all, you're gonna have a heart attack. Don't do that. Y'all should go to the gym first, then talk about boxing. Eat some salad, then talk about boxing. What time is it? Dave in the building. ¿Tú sabes cómo cambiar el canal?
Sí, ¿cuál?
Caja 1. No, no.
Okay.
Caja 1. 828. ¿Cuánto es el dólar ahora? It did go down. Sí, mira. Baja. Sorry, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hopefully y'all having a great Sunday. 28. Nick's about to come on, bust that ass. Who you got your money on?
What you talking about?
Knicks Detroit.
I like Detroit.
You better have the Knicks, man. You gotta kick.
Money line.
Get him his bill.
Hey, wait. Hey.
Sorry, y'all. Do your thing, Vaughn. Do your thing.
Hey, wait. Detroit money line. Pound swap.
My name ain't Ty.
Pound swap.
My name ain't Ty.
See, that boy was sick yesterday.
But he got it right back, though.
I gave him a chance. Greg, you know I did that, right?
That was weird, though, how it happened so fast, though.
Greg, you know why I did
Yeah, I
that,
know.
right? Hey, Greg, I was gonna keep going to you.
He was sick, though.
I was gonna
You saw what I said? He stopped drinking. He was sick. Vaughn, you have a great day, my brother. Hope y'all have a good Sunday as well. Oh, man. It's a beautiful Sunday. Actually, it's real nice today, too. I'm going to be watching my Knicks bust Detroit ass. Can't wait.
But it is funny to hear that.
There will be no blasphemy talking about the Knicks today.
You co-sign and well say like,
Don't forget, we got a dope show this Wednesday. How to spot a regular girl. And that goes for anywhere in the world. I'm gonna put you guys on the game. And it's gonna blow y'all mind. Now listen, if you were in a happy relationship, do not watch the video. You are gonna leave your girlfriend or your wife or significant other. So I'm gonna need y'all to fall back. Now look, we done did 5 straight days of lives. I'm tired of talking, running my damn mouth. I'm gonna end this live by saying I love y'all to death. I appreciate all y'all. Hopefully I'll see y'all soon. And Wednesday, tune in to Wednesday show. I'm telling you, it's gonna be lit. But if you're in a successful relationship, in a happy relationship, do not watch the video. Don't even hit your man up, tell him to watch it, and give you cliff notes. You don't want this info I'm about to give you. I'm about to hit you with all facts. Fact 99. So see y'all soon. I'll be back on here on Wednesday. Desmond said Deion's determination, confidence, resilience, and rejection of his critics has gotten his sons this far. No, it's gotten him this far. I'm gonna tell you, listen, let's do this. I'm gonna tell you right now. You take Shador and put him somewhere else. Does he even start? We don't know. Because of course Deion's not gonna bench his son. You take Shiloh. Shiloh was average at South Carolina. Average. I like Shiloh. Shiloh was average in South Carolina. So you put them in other places. Are they going to be any good? Think about that. Are they going to be the names they are now? Deion is the man. His kids are his children, but are they? They're not on his level, physically, mentally, any of them. So like I said, they paid for the sins of their father, which there's a lot to undress in that. But you know, I'm happy for Shador that he got drafted. I know Shiloh's going to make an NFL roster. I believe Shiloh has what it takes. I believe Shador has what it takes. But we'll see how it goes. The draft is over. Shador watch is over. He's officially in the NFL. Hoping Dion goes and has a great season. He's got some talent. He's got some talent in okay, you're saying exactly. Okay. He's got some talent in Colorado right now. He's got some real talent in Colorado. So hopefully Colorado has a good season. Y'all stay tuned for more. I'm gonna see y'all on Wednesday. See y'all soon.